Dance 2.
Oh,
All right. How's it going?
going good, man. Going good.
Good.
Coming down from being sick right now, so I might
Uh-oh.
sound a little weird or cough here and there, but otherwise I'm hanging in there.
Sweet, sweet. Just going to do a quick introduction. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Cool, cool.
Hey, I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
And you are the guitarist and lead singer for Fencer, correct?
Fencer out here in Los Angeles. Field
Woo!
Kate.
Field Kate. Awesome. Awesome. So you got a lot going on. Lots. You guys, the band's only been together for about 2 years, correct? Or is it
No,
a little
actually,
longer than
we're
that?
coming on 6 years.
Oh, what? Where
Um,
did I get my shit?
a ridiculously long time, too long. We started when we were just little babies, so I think it was February 2017 was the
Oh shit!
conception. Yeah.
That wasn't two
Yeah.
years ago?
It might
I
as
was
well have been, right?
close. I know. I know.
The world's been on hold for the last like forever, it seems like. So
Exactly. Where
yeah.
the hell did I get 2 years? Man, that I was like, man, these cats are like throwing down in 2 years.
We've been at it for a minute. We didn't know anything for the first 4 years, so we might as well have only been around for 2 years, but finally got the hang of it a little bit.
Sweet, sweet. So, um, like I said, you've got a lot going on. I kind of want to try to keep this in chronological order,
You've already
but
screwed it up because you got the
I
dates wrong.
did. Yeah. So
What a mess.
it's disaster. Right now, can we pre-save your album? Is that
You
going on
can.
now? And that's going to be released on February 3rd.
Yes, sir. Yeah, on our
Okay.
link tree, which we kind of use like as our website. It's one of the top things there. You can pre-save the record.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And it looks like you're on, yeah, on all of the platforms. So get in there, pre-save. Going to be released February 3rd, and then Friday, December 16th. It looks like you're going to do a live project. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're bringing back our series called Fencer Live, which we did, I think, three of them in late 2020. We did them all like 2 weeks or maybe even like a week apart. We went crazy with it for a few weeks, and kind of put that on hold for a while. But it was something a lot of people seem to really dig, and so just because we're kind of in a space right now where we just put out a couple singles, the record's not coming out till February. We've got some more coming, but it's going to kind of be a little bit of a space. So we wanted to set something up. And the guys, Cameron and Scott, they surf and they are always doing this charity thing called Life Rolls On, and it's
Okay.
basically helps disabled people and people who have challenges and stuff surf. And it's a really
Sweet.
really cool thing they do. So all the proceeds we get are going to that, and they're on board with the whole thing. I think it's like $5 for
Yeah,
a viewing.
$5.
So yeah.
How do you guys go about doing that? Is it like a Zoom setting, or do you guys have things set up in a studio, or how do you guys do that?
Yeah, so we have our own studio. We call it Fencer HQ. That's where the whole record was recorded, and where we spend all of our time when we're doing anything Fencer related. I think we did it through OBS, which is I
Okay.
think what you guys are using. Maybe I don't know. I
Yeah.
see the logo there. Yeah, yeah. And so we just kind of mic up everything beforehand and run the audio. Cameron kind of does a pre-mix of it, and just do it live through that, just stream it. And I think you can watch it we did it on YouTube in the past. I think this
Okay.
time we're trying Bandcamp. So we'll see how that goes, that difference. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Have some
Okay.
cool lights and try to get some cool camera angles and stuff.
Awesome. And you mentioned the link tree. I definitely want to get that put out there because it basically gives you everything. You can sign up for the live stream. It's got your new video out. I believe you can pre-save somewhere in there.
Yeah, it has links to everything basically.
Yeah.
It's got all our socials on there. The 2 new singles and the new video, link to the live stream where you can get a ticket, pre-save of the album, some interviews, I think our Jam in the Van session that we did a couple months ago. So yeah, it's linktr.ee/FencerBand. But we're at FencerBand. That's our handle on everything. We have it everywhere. So
and your website is fencerband.com.
Yeah, but you don't need to go to it. We haven't updated it in a really long time. We have the domain, but we just find it a lot easier to really just update the link tree. It has we're able to kind of direct traffic to what we want and what we have going on by just having a few things there, and then it's got all our social buttons where we're more active anyways. I know it's important to have the domain and stuff like that, and I know everyone does have a website, and we plan to get back on it at some point, but for the most part, it's kind of like, I don't know, it feels a bit dated for us. But
that totally makes sense. That makes sense, and that's usually one of our things. Is it's kind of like, how do you feel you can best connect with your fans right now? Is it a website? Right. Is it Facebook? Is Facebook outdated? Now it's Instagram, and I like you guys' approach, man, because you can take it to you can send people anywhere you want just by updating a couple of links, and that's pretty cool. And of course, like Bandcamp and that type of thing, you can have that on there as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the answer to that is just to have a presence on everything, because some people use whatever they use, right? There's different demographics and audiences on all platforms. But I just think the website specifically is probably the least necessary of those, because of the fact that the link tree can also be, just a straight URL. Yeah. And so I don't know, but we have everything else, all the socials and whatever anyone likes, however anyone likes to engage in their social media or streaming or whatever the hell. I don't know.
And right on. So we have another guest another host
hey,
that just showed up. This is Ashton, and he's actually in Oklahoma City as well. He usually he's pretty much set up this whole setup, and he just likes to babysit me sometimes. So sure. Because I need it. And so cool. It's good stuff.
And I want to say thank you, Ashton, for putting the link out there in the comment section. I appreciate that.
Look at this.
I haven't done anything. That was probably
Then thank you, Christy.
I'm still babysitting. My camera and my microphone are still fighting with each other, like as we speak. So that's why I'm having to separate them right now.
Separate them. They don't play well together.
No, they do not. And they're both Elgato too. So I'm like, why do y'all not play nice with each other?
It seems like you got to figure it out now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, hopefully I have them agreeing with each other. So let's just pray for the best.
Hey, Randy, I think you should give us a little sample of some music, because I have a question that's related to music after that.
Oh, so we're going to talk about music after this?
A question related to music? What?
Since when?
All right.
I don't really know how to respond to that.
I thought we talked about comics and stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
we do.
All right, we'll see if we can get going here.
He's perfect. He's Joseph Courtney.
Awesome. Of course, that's Joseph Courtney. I'm pretty sure that is your most recent.
Do you have us flipped back over?
No. Thank you.
You're
Look
welcome.
at this.
Got him.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, or John, go ahead first.
No, I'll let him tell us about that one first.
Okay.
Sure. So Joseph Courtney, we put it out a few weeks ago. It is our, as of recently, the second single we've got out for the record. And I think Joseph Courtney, the interesting thing is that as we were doing this album, since we've been around for a minute, there are a whole catalog of songs from like our backlog that never ended up getting recorded that some of the earlier, fans and people interested in the band know about pretty well. And when we were doing the record, we self-produced the entire thing and we kind of were coming up with the track listing. We decided to not do the majority of the older songs and just kind of stick to where we were at now because it was a better representation of what we're doing. However, Joseph Courtney is one of the, I think, 2 on the album that are pretty old school. We kind of redid it from the ground up, but that is maybe one of the first Fencer songs that was ever written. I think Cameron, our drummer, and he and I, before we even started the band like properly as Fencer, branded it or anything, we would get together at his house and I would come over at like 9 p.m. and we'd just sit in his room and then go in my car and back and forth and write and record a demo of a song like within the same session, basically. And one night I think really early on, we came up with Joseph Courtney, and that was kind of the start of it. And the whole Blue thing that kind of came from that was because like I have synesthesia and stuff. And so that song was incredibly blue to me. And that kind of started to spearhead the entire direction. The song is about kind of like my, I don't know, alter ego that I have made up and adopted for the band. Kind of just this crazy guy who craves attention and an audience and fame and stuff like that, which I am not like naturally, but I like to play into it and have kind of a reason to act a little ridiculous and push myself out of my comfort zone. So that's kind of the song. It's a little different now than it used to be, but a lot of the old school Fencer fans have been waiting for it. So we did bring it back.
Really cool. Really cool. I can see why they were waiting.
Thank you.
So I'm going to bounce off of that to a different song of your guys's and ask you what the inspiration behind Fish Friend was.
Fish Friend. Never get asked about Fish Friend. I love that song. I don't know. I wrote it sitting on my stairs right back there. And I think it was somewhat a metaphor, right? Of like kind of could be related to some kind of relationship type thing or anything. But I just came up with that riff and it happened really quickly and naturally. And it just, I don't know. I think I came up with the "one you at the fair so," which is like the first line. And I was like, oh, cool. We'll just make it about a fish. And I thought it flowed together really well. I thought the hook was so cute that I'll come and see you every day. And I don't know, it was just, there's not a huge deep meaning behind it, but I thought on a very surface level, it was super adorable and really catchy. And I like that we're including it on the album because it is definitely the softest song and a total different side of us. And I love that we put it smack in the middle because you could very easily throw an acoustic song like that near the end. And I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, throw people off guard a little bit.
It definitely threw me off guard a little bit. It was the first song that I actually pulled up and listened to. And
interesting. Okay.
And instantly I looked and I was like, what's Randy got us into tonight? What's happening? Yeah. And I was like, I gotta go listen to some more stuff. I'm like, is it all this way? And I was like, and then the next song, I was like, it doesn't even sound like the same band. I was like, I gotta know what came about this song now.
I think it's also for us somewhat of like a statement of wanting to be diverse. And I think there's a handful of songs on the album that are a bit different and softer and stuff. I mean, we like to go really heavy. We like to get completely nuts, but I like to have that balance. And, you know, when we write, we don't try and go for a specific thing. It just kind of whatever happens. We just happen to like to be unbelievably heavy as often as we can. So
Nice.
Right on.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on it just a little bit, as in seeing blue. You see color, or you see music in color. How does that work?
Yeah, basically it's not necessarily music. It's more so words and letters. For whatever reason. I don't know. I've always associated letters and words, and I don't know, maybe there's some kind of subconscious meaning behind it, but they've always had colors to me my entire life since I remember in kindergarten. And then I learned about the thing synesthesia, which is, I guess, some brain thing that happens where that's just like a natural kind of association. And we wanted to have some kind of color scheme early on. Mm-hmm. I was pushing for that pretty hard. I thought it would be fun to really kind of just box ourselves in a bit and just be super over the top and like be a bunch of clowns about some kind of, you know, aesthetic. And yeah, the first batch of songs were all blue. I mean, Junebug I wrote right before I met Cameron, and that to me felt blue. Then we did Joseph Courtney and Battery Pack, which is on our first EP. And it just, that made sense. And so we went with that pretty early on, decided to kind of commit to that. And since then, it's just become such a huge, pretentious, you know, creative force in the band. It's everything. I'm slowly, I didn't even necessarily care about the color early on, but I always preferred like grayscale colors, but it's consumed my entire life. It's like all I think about now. And slowly I've been phasing out everything I own to just be blue, and making that even my kind of a big part of my identity, even outside of the band. And yeah, we kind of put songs away that aren't feeling blue to us. Our whole studio, it's all blue lighting, everything, all our videos, obviously, that's all I'm ever seen in. And we also found out in like the last couple of years that we all happen to be, the three of us, the three different water signs, which is super interesting because the band is very much about like mental health and stuff like that, and really like emo and emotional and all that stupid shit. And basically, yeah, I'm a Cancer, Scott's a Pisces, and Cameron's a Scorpio, and obviously water signs are kind of blue. So it's really just like a weird meant to be thing.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's intense.
So are Scott and Cameron brothers?
They are.
Okay. I was like, I can almost assume that they're brothers. They got the same last name, Suave, and that's not
Sauve, actually, but it does look like Suave.
Oh.
Yeah. Some weird Canadian thing. I don't know.
But I didn't want to speculate, but it's not like their last names was Smith and it could go either direction,
right,
you know.
Right.
So I was like, I'll put money on it that they're brothers.
They are.
So were they making music before they met you, like together?
Not really together. I think they might have been. They did like a lot of like rock school stuff, which is like for younger kids, kind of.
Right.
I don't know, being put together in bands and learning to play instruments and stuff.
Okay.
I think they probably a couple times were in like similar bands like that, but nothing ever like seriously. And when I met Cameron, I joined a pop punk band as the bassist and backup singer, and he was playing drums. That's how we met. And basically, his brother Scott wanted to be a session musician. He had no real interest in like, you know, original music and stuff like that. And so, yeah, as Cameron and I started to kind of peel off from that project and do our own stuff and really kind of realize that we had a lot of synergy there, we were trying to develop a project and auditioning and playing with a bunch of different people and friends we knew and people we would meet off Craigslist and all sorts of weird stuff. And ultimately, I remember we were in between people and we still wanted to just jam. So Scott was like, well, I'll just fill in and play some bass with you guys. And at some point in like early February, we were sitting there in a practice studio and we were like, I remember turning to the guys, I'm like, let's just do this. And since then, that's it. It's been us.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So you've got like 1.5 million streams. That is not too shabby.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. How do you feel like you've done this by promoting? What do you guys do special that most other bands aren't doing? Because only hardworking bands can reach these types of numbers.
Sure. And I think a lot of it, honestly, is just luck, because that's how this industry works. A lot of those numbers are related to only a handful of our songs in our catalog.
Gotcha.
And basically, there was just a bit of buzz around us when those came out. And so they had really powerful launches, and those numbers just kind of skyrocket if the song is right. That's how the streaming game really works. I mean, as far as promotion, we do whatever we can. We try and come up with interesting ideas to kind of present ourselves to people and get in new circles and get on, of course, like editorial playlists, user created playlists, stuff like that. But we're not, promoters. We're just musicians and songwriters and performers. So it's a very weird dynamic trying to figure out how to play all of these roles that we don't necessarily know a ton about, or are, other than we've learned it over the years, we're not like particularly interested in that kind of stuff. So it's a weird hat to wear, but I mean, for the most part, it's worked out, and it's just kind of the idea of putting your stuff out there. And if something clicks with someone, then ideally it'll continue to build. And you just got to be confident in what you're in, play as much as you can, make sure you're really good, which we feel we're pretty good. So that's about it. I don't know. I wish I had a better answer.
Well, you got to play with Bad Flower, and I'd have to say that's not too bad. I mean,
that helps. And that's, just random connections you come into contact with. Obviously, we're in LA, so there's a good amount of people just kind of floating around that you can run into. But again, it's just who you know and who you run into, and who kind of flips over your music. And that's about it.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I love that. It's like we're not promoters. We're just musicians. We don't really care about this promoting stuff, but it's something that you have to do, no matter what. I mean, especially starting off and just trying to get everything launched and just get yourself out there. It's something you've got to wear a lot of hats, and I'm sure they're blue hats, exactly like what you got on. But
of course, only.
But
Cameron might wear a cowboy hat. He's been into those lately. So.
It needs to be blue, though. Or at least have a blue feather on it.
Or blue suede. Be awesome.
Perfect.
So do you guys have any upcoming plans for like maybe doing some touring or anything outside the LA area?
Yeah, so nothing to announce at the moment, but there are definitely some conversations happening and ideas to promote the record. I mean, touring has been great for us. We did a few really decent tours in 2019 and one earlier this year. And we have just great reception outside of California and stuff. I mean, we have good reception in California too, but a lot of people, especially when you get out to like the Midwest and East Coast and stuff, are really hungry for this kind of, raw poppy music. And I think our live show is very tight and very kind of striking and enticing to people. And so it creates a different level of connection. The idea now is that now we're finally going to be building up our released catalog a little bit. So when we do tour and play in front of people, they'll be able to kind of have more to go check out. Because when we've done it in the past, I mean, I think when we did those few tours in 2019, we literally only had Junebug out. And so it's difficult to create a fan base if someone wants to check you out and they have that kind of, hype and interest in the moment. And then it's like, oh, there's one song to listen to.
Right.
So now we finally got our first record coming out, and there's going to be a decent chunk of music and content to check out between our videos and our streaming and stuff like that. So you know.
Awesome. So you said you guys recorded your own album and you have your own studio. How did you learn how to do that?
Yeah, I mean,
That's insane.
it took us a second. Cameron has been super interested in production and engineering for many years, and just slowly, I mean, I think he and I learned a lot from the singer of Bad Flower when we were hanging out with them a lot. He did a lot of self-production, and so I know Cameron learned a tremendous amount from him. And just experimentation. I mean, before we did this album, we recorded an entire like 11 or 12 track record and threw it away because we were like, it's not it yet. And so during the pandemic, we had a lot of downtime, obviously. And so it made it, I don't know, we tried again. And Cameron does all the engineering, but all three of us are super involved in like the kind of producing aspect of it, of making decisions as things are being tracked and that kind of stuff. So, you know, we have a mixer we work with, and we're also very involved in that process. And we, you know, I'm a great guy who masters our stuff. And that's kind of it. But it's been kind of cool, just the three of us in that room recording everything ourselves and having no outside input really, which, you know, could be a blessing or a curse, but I guess we'll see.
That's really impressive. I mean, just like you said, you've got to wear so many different hats, and now you're engineers and producers and
I can't wait till we don't have to wear any hats anymore, and I can just jump on stage, scream my stupid songs. But
Cameron, I really do not like that beat. I mean, that would be tough. That would be tough, man. And to be brutally honest about something they think's really cool, and you're just like, you know, I'm not really feeling that. I mean,
dude, it's a super interesting process too, especially with Cameron and I, because we're both very, very opinionated, and often we will have like feel incredibly strongly about like a choice, and it'll be like literally he'll think the opposite thing than me. And I think that, you know, why he and I meshed early on really well is because I think it creates an interesting dynamic from where we both come from.
Love it.
And so, you know, it's interesting learning how to navigate that between the two of us. But ultimately, I think it's a cool thing because we just have such different points of view, and, you know, his ideas will, you know, often kind of contrast and like, you know, push against mine, and it creates this interesting tension in our songs that I kind of am into. So
that's really cool. That's really cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I mean, I'm really excited about seeing what you guys have coming, and very talented, man. Just talented.
Thank you so much.
So
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And again, everybody go to the link tree, check out their merch, go pre-save their new album that's going to be out February 3rd, and get in on the live stream. It's only $5, man, and it's for a good cause. So get out there, get it done, man.
Like and share their
Thank you so much. Please do go watch the sanitarium video. Not enough people watched it. I like that.
And definitely go watch that fish friend video because it was very entertaining too.
I love that video too. Not enough people watch that one either. Go watch Fish Friend. Go listen to that song. I watched it twice for you today, so good. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it both times. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Sure. Thank you.
Stay in touch, man.
Will do.
Have a good one, sir.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was Fencer. And here very shortly, we should be talking to something very unusual for us here on Bleach Bangs. This
unusual.
will be our first ever country artist. I know, right? Everybody's getting choked up. Because that's not what we usually do.
It's okay. Good music is good music. I told you that.
It is.
That's how I feel.
Name two country artists.
What?
Name two country artists.
Oh, you know I can. Brooks and Dunn.
Well played, sir. Well played. Very well played. Wow, I can't believe you said that, but it was amazingly funny. Hey, while we're in our little lull time, I want to get out that I just saw it this morning or last night. I don't remember which it was. Skid Row and Buck Cherry, 2023 co-headlining tour. Be on the lookout. It's coming up. It's out there. I'm kind of excited.
Awesome.
I'd like to see it.
That would be the new vocalist. I still just woo, good stuff.
Absolutely.
And of course, Buck Cherry, just Buck Cherry. I mean,
right.
So
I have had a chance to see them both. Obviously, I haven't seen Skid Row with their new singer, but I have seen them with like 3 singers overall.
Yeah.
So, Jesus. I've never seen Skid Row. I've seen Buck Cherry. Have I seen Buck Cherry?
I'm sure you've seen Buck Cherry.
I think I have. Yeah, I have. I had to think about that one. I was like, wait a minute.
So yeah, that was the one that I wrote down. I know there's a couple other. Brett Michaels' band is gonna have a tour. With I don't remember who it was now. Like Night Ranger, Jefferson Starship,
what
like that. Yeah,
really.
That's going to be a 2023 tour as well.
You said Brett Michaels?
Yeah, Brett Michaels' band, not Poison, obviously.
Well, yeah.
That's really wild.
That because apparently the Poison tour this past summer wasn't enough money, so we're going to do a Brett Michaels band tour now.
I was like going
Just
down
kidding, Brett. Just kidding, Brett. I love you.
I was going down the rabbit hole of YouTube, and Nikki Sixx a few years back said we would never tour with Poison. Not that we don't like Poison, we just don't think that they're a good match with Motley Crue. And then turn around and do this big stadium thing with them. I mean, it's kind of like, well, what happened? What changed? What's going on?
The money's a good match sometimes.
Yeah.
The money's a good match.
So somebody blinked on here. They showed up in the waiting room and then they took off. So I think we have somebody trying.
Blinking.
What?
Uh-oh.
I said we've all been blinking.
Right.
Are we not supposed to?
Oh, here we go. Shut up. All right.
Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, there's Matt. All right. Oh, wait, Matt might be with Jerry. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what pops up on the screen, huh?
Right. We'll see what happens here when they pop into the screen. Oh, yeah, Steel Panther. That was definitely a thing that was happening.
Yeah.
We don't have sound.
Bleach Bang Podcast. Gotta download that. Get you some fun. Hey, everybody. Welcome from Nashville, Tennessee.
What a hell of an intro. I love it.
This is fucking awesome.
We have something
going
like
on?
That's how you bring yourself into a show right there.
Oh, brother. By the way, I'm a huge fan of Steel Panther. God bless him.
I think we all are too.
Yeah.
That's sang me happy birthday one time.
Oh,
that would be awesome.
Amazing.
And probably unnecessarily sexual.
Oh. Hit on my wife.
He hit on my wife.
Sounds about right.
What's up, John? What's up, everybody?
How's it going? I'm going to let everybody do a quick round of introductions here for you, Jerry, and I'll let you do the same with your room here in a second. Randy, do you want to go ahead?
Absolutely. I'm Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton. I'm also in Oklahoma City.
Austin.
Hey, Austin.
What's up, bro?
And most of you know me from there. I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Hey, John.
Hell yeah.
What's happening?
How you doing?
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I'm everybody there knows me as Jerry. People around here call me JD, but this is Scotty, He's one of the members of Smith and Gone, and then over here, the world famous Matt Heineken.
Nice.
Been a while, Matt.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get into here because
on.
I could go clear back into your past, into your history,
Get
and we
it.
could run like a "This Is Your Life" run real quick. But we'll do maybe a condensed version. What do you think about that? Because here's what I want to do. I want everybody to understand the fact that you sing country music now, but what you came from was far from country.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, the town maybe was country, but you were not.
Absolutely not. No. I was an angry child growing up, skateboarding, and there wasn't.
I was going to bring that up because he had like a quarter pipe in his backyard.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
full
awesome.
blown in his backyard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was definitely the skateboarder. Definitely very heavy metal when we were in high school. But maybe a little punk. I don't probably describe better.
Love Jane's Addiction and all that. Not that they're punk, but
And I want to say during our senior year, like there was I don't know if there's a talent show or something, but you and your band got up and sang a song or two.
Yeah.
Your band was called Times 35.
yeah.
Matt, your drummer, was in that band as well with you.
Yeah.
And another gentleman by the name of Chris.
Oh, man.
If
Good
I
memory.
if I remember everything correctly in my head.
Yeah. Good memory.
Damn.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I can't remember any of it.
Like, I might have partied with them a little bit when I was in college too. Like those guys, we might have done some a little bit here and there. I know I went to some shows of theirs. So what I wanted to go to after that was, Jerry, we talked a little bit, and you went through some like rough times in your life. And you headed out of small town Kansas, and
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it was like
Nashville.
these guys can agree. It's one of those deals where you just hit a wall, and you kind of, I burnt every bridge in where I'm from. In fact, I'm going to be at the reunion this year, and I haven't been to a 30-year class. I've never been to a class reunion period, but I don't even know where to begin to apologize. But yeah. I mean, drugs, drinking, all of it. It was just a constant, insane test the limits across the board in every way. I mean, John, I don't know if you remember that gig we did at the 4-H Fair building that year. I mean, it was insane.
I was probably there.
Yeah, a heavy metal band in Holton, Kansas, and we packed the auditorium.
Sweet.
Yeah, we had
That's awesome.
What was the band? Psychedelic River Chickens.
Is that a real band?
Yeah.
Oh God.
We played with Emotional Feedback and a few others. I don't remember, but good Lord, Judd. Yeah, Judd Mason is the man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had Emotional Feedback played at my 22nd birthday party in my backyard.
Lord.
So yeah,
These names, I love them.
Won't you climb my tree?
So one question I have for Matt, like serious question, I've been thinking about this all day. How did he get you to join him in turning the tables?
I'm not sure.
Like,
I think,
he just pulled you along with him, said, "Come on, we're doing this."
yeah, I think that's kind of what happened. He was in Texas and I was in Kansas City, and he had some connections in Nashville and came to visit and never left. So still here after 22 years or something.
It's a long ass vacation.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I told Matt that I was thinking about doing this Southern rock country thing. I mean, how in Matt fashion, he's like, all right.
Well, we want to give everybody a little taste of one of your songs. I know you sent me a song, but we couldn't get the quality off the phone to come through so well, so we grabbed one off YouTube for you.
Okay.
Randy's going to cue us up here. We're going to do about 30 seconds.
Right on.
Gonna get good at being gone. Go where the good lasts all night long. You can make my drink a little too strong and burn up a setting sun. Yeah, with the bonfire, and I'm 10 feet tall like a dog off a train, just having a ball. Gonna make right all the years that done me wrong.
Yeah, we have a much better song than that.
Yeah, you guys didn't seem very impressed with that song. I was like, I mean,
They're like, damn it, not that song.
Well, we're really proud of this new one that we've got right now called No More. And in fact, we're still working on mastering that and all. That takes forever. But
Yeah,
that's
I didn't want to play it off the one that I have on my phone because it really didn't sound good coming through my phone quality. So I was like, I think we better pull something that's got the legit sound coming through.
Yeah.
We'd rather you sound better than not better.
Thank you.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, me and Matt coming from heavy metal. I mean, but the thing of it is I told Scotty a little bit about you guys and your 80s rock passion. Right away. Nipples got hard.
Ah!
Very much so. We'll just lift it up a little bit.
Oh goodness. This dude.
I love the 80s.
Absolutely. That's what we're usually all about. So it was a very big change for us to change things up, but we're up for anything at this point.
Absolutely.
What I want to know is, being up for anything, what's the strangest venue that you guys ever played in any band you were in?
I would say when JD and I were in our heavy metal band, Times 35, we played at a private resort in Topeka, Kansas, I think it was, called Lake Eden. And we did like one of their first festivals. And
I think they paid us $1,500. Something like that. Right?
I don't even know if we got paid, but we played. It was crazy. We played with a bunch of other local Topeka, Kansas and Kansas City bands, but it was a nudist lake. So we played with all these other bands that we knew, and it was crazy because we were all naked for about 3 days. So,
dude, and you haven't seen nothing until you've seen about 80 people naked mosh pitting, man.
Oh, good Lord.
It was awesome. We were naked too.
I was naked for like 3 days.
Yeah, you were.
He was playing drums with all 3 sticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A little extra bass. Yeah. Return to Eden, dude. So I've got my guitar. I'm wearing my combat boots. I got my cutoff army pants. I think I had a shirt on. I don't know. But we're walking through this clearing, we got our amps and guitars and stuff, and Matt's got his drums, and we were ready to set up. And as soon as we passed these bushes,
it's just like 200 naked people.
I look at Matt and I was like, are we at the right place?
Even if we're not, we're at the right place.
Yeah.
Went back.
Where you never know, it could be the very wrong place.
That's true. That is true.
Gotta watch where you put that tent.
JD, you've got a fan
around.
You've got a fan out here in our comment section named Ryan Burris.
Oh, what's up, Ryan?
He's blowing up our feed, and I wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah, what's up, Ryan? Yeah, Nashville's crazy. John. I gotta get you guys down here.
We need to be out there too. Maybe when my world becomes more normal again, we can look at doing that.
Dude, you look good, man. I know you're dealing.
We'll see what happens here in a couple weeks. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Well, cool. What else?
What do you guys got on the horizon? Let's talk about how you do shows down there and how far do you travel?
Oh gosh, we travel pretty far. We go to North Carolina, Alabama, Kentucky. We're going to be in Indiana next year.
Shit.
Well, we travel around quite a bit. There's we play some casinos out in Cherokee, North Carolina. And actually New Year's we're in Alabama this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we try to get outside of the Nashville area because it's so saturated here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is that with all that saturation, does that make it harder for you guys to feel like you've grown at all while you're in the city there? Or?
I think a good answer to that is more. They say yeah, he's right. It is saturated. In fact, Matt's roommate and some of his best friends are the most amazing entertainers in Nashville now. After this podcast, we're going downtown Nashville to do a jam thing. But the crazy thing about Nashville is a lot of times you'll see a really good guitar player or a really good drummer or a really good bass player. Sometimes you see all of it, but then you're missing the stage presence. Like if they're entertainers, you got to think that's somebody in Nashville doing a 4-hour show for tips. And we did. I did Tootsie's for 2.5 years. We're the house band there, and oh my gosh, man, 10-2. But we went hard, So, do you still love music after a 4-hour night in Nashville? And you do it every Saturday. I call it boot camp. But the problem here is that you could be a very talented band, and at the same time, you're not gonna. If you better get a job,
Right.
Wow.
I
mean, for example, we played a sold out place on Friday night and made about $60 a piece.
Yes.
So is that that you guys have the chance to go out and see all these other bands, though? Does any of that influence what you guys do, or do you just stick to your guns on how you guys approach everything?
I mean, I think everything you see influences you. I mean, it's like a school. I mean, carpenters admire other carpenters' works. I mean, musicians go out, and whether or not you like the band or not, they might have something they did that inspires you, or something you might add to what you do or whatever. So yeah, I think anything good or bad like inspires you as a musician to do better, I think. So
yeah, I definitely gotta give a shout out. We're missing Michael Newson right now. He's the most amazing saxophone player you'll ever hear. We're missing him, and we're missing Matt Blackburn, our bass player. But that's the thing too, when lightning strikes, so the hard thing about bands, and you guys have seen this and dealt with it, right? As you talk to all these bands, you got 5 schedules. Sometimes you have 5 egos, and you got 5 different plans. So maybe that's the kind of the blessing that we're older, and we're just there to work together to do whatever needs to get done. He's sick on guitar. Obviously, you've seen Matt on drums. I mean, and I am what I am. I don't know what that is, but
well, we definitely are different than most of the groups that you go see, because when you have the crowd coming up to you and saying, "My gosh, you guys played like real professional musicians, that you should be on a big stage." Last Friday night, the guys came up and said, "Man, you guys just bring that energy." And when you have the focus, like us older guys, we're older, you have the focus of when we're practicing or when we're hanging, we're different when we're on stage, because we're there for the people to entertain. We're not just there to play music. We're there to entertain, so that people can go home. And that's what happens. They go home and tell their friends, and they're bringing their friends, and we're starting to see faces, the same people coming from out of town. There's people that
from Oregon
us. Yeah, and then people that follow us from here to North Carolina to our gigs. So it's pretty cool.
It's very cool. I will say that I have been listening to Jerry sing since we were like 17-ish.
Dude, my first sleepover was at your house. Tell them about the Fun Factory, bro.
Oh God,
that's a different path.
Changed my life. Sorry, go.
Changed my life.
I just want to say that I have listened to you sing since we were, young children, if you will. And even the fact that you sing country, I always see your stuff online, and I go listen to it, and I'm like, damn it, why'd you do country music? But I still listen to it, and I support you 100%. So that it's just love for you, brother.
Love you.
A couple other names out there in the chat room: Heather, Mandy, and your wife Pam. Also, congratulations, because you were just recently married. But they're all out in our chat as well. So
yeah, cool. Hey Heather, what's up, Pam? Hi everybody.
Hey everybody.
So what's next on the horizon for you guys? I know you got your new song that you're still working on. Is there going to be a full album come out? Is there going to be a full-blown tour type?
Do you want to hear a brand new song that nobody's heard?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Bro, they're in the studio. They got their stuff right here.
Right?
literally just finished this.
Ooh.
So you're debuting it live here. That's what we do.
makes it better than it is. And life without her's hard to live. The old world takes and she just gives and gives and gives. She makes it better than it is. I'm tired after long work days. I'm flying home in the fast lane. The setting sun says I'm closer to her kiss. She makes it better than it is. Love you, Pam. Come on. If life's a roller coaster of ups and downs, turnarounds, climbs and falls, she makes me a millionaire. I swear God answers prayers after all. She makes it better than it is. And life without her's hard to live. The old world takes and she just gives and gives and gives. She makes it better than it is.
That right there.
Wow.
That right there.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Randy, we have sound effects, and that was the perfect time to use an applause.
Oh, it was.
I don't think he has enough applause for that, though.
that was raw and just fucking amazing. And that was one of the reasons we wanted to do video. Was we were hoping that some bands may get on there, but I never dreamed it would sound that fucking good.
You're
That was
awesome.
amazing.
But we do that on back porches. We do it in the basement. We we just I heard a baby.
Oh, that's my kid. He's chatting it up.
Oh, okay.
He goes, I heard a baby.
All right. This is amazing. And I on behalf of Smith and Gone, we can't thank you guys enough. Bleach Bangs is going to be on my thing. I'm watching it all the time now. And I'm a huge fan of Wild Streets.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
That's right here in the Wild Street.
Love that.
I was waiting for it.
I've watched every time John turns me on to something out of there, I watch it. Where are we at now? Do I need to shut up?
No, you keep talking.
Yeah, keep going.
People see us every week. They want to hear what you have to say.
That's
I'm
right.
going to say this for everybody that loves music. You definitely can't let the idea of success and failure. I mean, that's what I've been dealing with. Like, what is success? And definitely what is failure? I don't care if we got 2 acoustic guitars and a bongo drum and nothing, and wherever you're at, do whatever you do, because what else is there? Music has definitely, I think the ups and downs of music for me has been, people quit. They give it up. Life happens, marriage happens, kids happen, mortgages happen. And then sometimes you hook up with a jealous freak that just hates you being on stage. And then guys deal with that. So do women. But there's something raw. A good personal friend of us and the band, and Pam, I'm going to go ahead and say her name, Haley, from a band called Paramore, is one of the most amazing performing, singing individuals I've ever had the pleasure of meeting and watching. And she's had her ups and downs, but she's huge. But at the end of the day, Smith and Gone, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to be here. But how about that? Screw the industry. Forget all the drama and the crap and the reasons of why you can't and everything. Show up and do what you do and let the crowd be exactly, let them be what they're going to be. You just be what you are.
Yep. I love it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So me and John
it makes total sense.
Me and John back in the day. And John, do you remember the half pipe in the barn?
Yeah, at John Zabell's house.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Joey Zabell was.
I was out there all the time.
Yep. So me and Matt, back in the day, we did this show, this heavy metal concert on this stage. It was on the half pipe, off to the side of the half pipe, in the loft while people skated. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Really cool. Only in Kansas, man. Only in Kansas.
There was nothing else to do.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Unwanted pregnancy and beer. Scotty, talk about you for a second.
Well, I'm from upstate New York originally.
Forgive him.
So I'm
Did you have a skate park?
Maybe later in life. Not when I was growing up. I mean, the only thing I had to do was music.
Awesome.
I mean, I came from a rural area. There was really not much to do. But my father was in a band, and I followed in his footsteps, and went through the 14 to 18 playing Poison and Motley Crue and all the hair band stuff, and then we changed into Skid Row, and the name of the band was Betrayal, and we played a lot of parties, stuff like that. But it wasn't until one time one of my cousins said, "Hey, you still playing guitar?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Someone's looking for a lead guitar player for a country band," and I'm like, "Man, I'm really I can play country because my dad did. Really not into it." But it was when line dancing was hot.
Mm-hmm.
I joined that group, and eventually my dad joined the group, and I played in a band with him. And then I got tired of that, so I started playing in a band, playing Journey, Foreigner, Loverboy, all the stuff. And then I ended up marrying a lady that wanted to go to law school, so we moved out of New York and then came here after.
Wendy's awesome. Yeah,
she is. Wendy, my wife, is. I do what I want to do. She's one of those wives that support me in every aspect of my music.
For you ladies watching this, Matt is still single.
Get in there. Matt, we'll get your Insta and stuff up there on the screen for everybody here in a little bit.
He's got a lot of money and a great personality.
One thing I remember, Matt, when we were kids, you had that I want to say that yellow Mustang.
Oh yeah, so I had a yellow '67 Camaro.
There we go. Yeah, but it didn't have a gas cap.
Great story.
It might have been missing one for a minute. Yeah, possibly.
So speaking of Holton, Kansas, listen to this shit. So I hear of this drummer that lives in Muskota, Kansas, and I'm thinking, yeah, great. He probably plays country. I'm a heavy metal guy. And I go out. I get this address, and I show up I show up before he gets there. It's an old farmhouse, and there's a garage. And all of a sudden, this dude whips in that badass yellow Camaro. He's got long hair, and he's wearing these little mirrored the little sunglasses, John Lennon sunglasses. And he gets out, and I said, "You play drums?" And he goes, "Yeah, I play drums." And I was like, "What?" So then he opens up his garage, and he's got this Pearl setup with a rack and double bass, and he owned a PA system.
Oh, there it is, man. Right there. Sealed the deal.
Yeah, I was sold, man. I mean, and we were best friends. We spent days and days and days in that garage practicing. So I said, "Man, you got a PA system?" He goes, "Yeah, I did 4 DJ gigs and it paid for itself." He was always business minded. Even then.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a good thing. I have a good 80s type reference question for you guys. Are you guys aware of the event called Rare Hair out in Nashville?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You guys should all go check that out. Tyson Leslie, I know, has a lot to do with that. He's from this area. He was in Pomeroy.
He knows Tyson.
Yeah, he was in Pomeroy. I've seen him he had a tribute band called 90 Minutes. I saw him in Kansas City with that. I saw him play Rocklahoma with the band Banshee that was hair metal based out of Kansas City.
Yeah, he plays with Vixen too now.
And now he plays keyboards for Vixen and everybody else that ever needs a keyboardist.
Wow.
Killer.
But yeah, if you guys get a chance, I'd say go check that out. And Jerry, the guy I was telling you about, Bo from True Villains, is performing at that this year as well. I already saw a thing.
He knows Bo. Hey, listen, we're coming up there. We're going to be in Missouri. Pantera's coming.
All right.
Next September, yeah.
We're going to be there.
Where is that going to be in Missouri?
It's in St. Louis, I think.
Yeah, that's not close to me.
John, well, I'm gonna come get you.
We'll
All right,
find a
we'll
way.
talk. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Piggyback rides.
Yeah.
He's strong. He's got strong shoulders.
I've been working out.
We'll absolutely talk about that. You guys, I know that we could probably sit here and talk for hours on end about absolutely nothing, but not everybody's gonna stick around and watch us forever talking about nothing.
Hey, it's okay.
Hey, Pam, I love you.
Oh, did Pam say it was okay?
Oh, to be here?
Yeah, somebody just said it was okay.
Oh, for me to not be home? Yeah, she's probably tired of me now. We've been married for 3 months. I'm sure she's sick of it. But no, guys. Hey, thank you so much for having us. We love y'all.
Stick here for just a second with us, guys. Randy, you want to take us out?
Yep. If I can get that.
Our first part.
We bang your ugly friends too.
Awesome.
Killer.
Hey, that was great.
I love it.